Why all the napkins? Well, I have this idea and I really want to send out some happy mail. So I thought we could take this idea and use it to make something to send in happy mail, but also something to put into our journals. It is easy enough. Well, okay, I say easy, but you know, that's not right because everybody's skill level is different. It is good enough for beginners to try, beginner junk journalers. So we can make tags, we can make journaling cards, and we can also be doing this. Let me show you. Catching up on hashtag Deck the Year 2025 with Penny's Crafty Creations. So honestly, I'm behind. So far, I have made one tag out of a time card. Nope, that's a book page. I've made 2 tags out of time cards. I made a journaling spot with a time card, a tag, another tag, and then a couple of little journal spots. So we're technically we're on week 15. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So I'm pretty sure we need to make 8 more. So I'm going to set the ones I have made aside, and I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. And let's make a few things to go with Deck the Year, Happy Mail, and beginning junk journal stuff. But first, oh, one fell out. Hold on, let me put that back in. We have our Proverbs to live by. Now, you can get this on Amazon. It's a tin box. These are not very big, see? So our verse for today would be Proverbs 4, verse 23. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. See, and then I just put it back here in the back. Actually, I'm going to turn it around. That's right, because then when we come to it again, we'll read the other side. Now, I wanted to keep this fairly simple. Here's what I did. I took some napkins, I opened them up, and what I did was I took the extra layers off. How do you do that? Well, we'll start with this one. You open your napkin up, and I lick my fingers and do this on the edge. Usually, one layer will come up, and you just peel it off. And then there could be another layer. How do you know? Because if you put your hand behind it, you're going to be able to see your finger back there. Some have 1, some have 2, and some have 3 layers back behind. Now, if that finger trick doesn't work, grab a piece of tape and just put it on there and then take it off. It should pull it up so you can then gently get the layers off. Now this here, I save for other projects. That would be another day. And as a matter of fact, if you want me to show you what I do with these extra layers another day, let me know. I'm totally willing. Just let me know in the comments. Now, what are we going to need other than napkins? We're going to need some stick glue. Any kind will work. And a surface to work on. I have next to me, I've got small and large index cards. And then in a Happy Mail, a while back, I got a few time cards. And I guess they're all a little bit different, aren't they? So, yeah, we're going to work with these today. And let me zoom out a little bit. Whoa, sorry guys. Okay, I have this thought of doing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink, purple, neutral browns, and black and white. Now, will we get all these done today? No, 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 we will not. So let's start with just two of them. Let's start with red and yellow. The red I'm going to keep. The yellow I'm going to go ahead and send as a happy mail. So what are we going to do? Well, why don't I just grab two of these really quick? Oh, yes. And then we need some book page. Let's see. Let me just grab. This is just icky book page that I will use underneath me in order to keep the glue mess under control so my surface doesn't get sticky. So we'll do one at a time. Simple first. Okay, I'm going to work on the lined side so that the back is blank. And the first thing I'm going to do is grab Gathered Twigs Distress Oxide. And I'm going to come around the back. And I'm just going to go around the edges. Now, this is the only oxide I have next to me. I'm trying to limit my supplies for this project. So I have that oxide next to me. And then I'm going to take, oh, what other supplies? I'm so sorry. I have, because I'm limiting my supplies, I have a baggie just with a few little word sayings. I have this little box. It looks like a book. Isn't that cute? But it's a box. And, oh, that's to hold it shut. It has just little flowers and butterflies from, I believe it's Tim Holtz. So I've got those. So again, I'm trying really hard to just limit what I'm working with. Too many choices kind of gives me a little bit of overwhelm. And then I have this jar of lace. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just pull out. Oh, look at, see all this lace I would have to choose from. And I would kind of start getting overwhelmed because there's so much of it here. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to kind of look through here and choose one. How about, let's go with, oh, it just keeps going and going. We're going to go with this one. And the rest, just put away. No overwhelm happening here today. I hope. All right, let's put that away. Okay, so that's the supplies we need. So first step, I go ahead and go around the edges. You do not have to. And then we're going to go ahead and get our glue. And we're going to get glue all over. Paying close attention to the edges, right? We want to make sure we get the edges and the corners real good. Okay, and then I'm going to move that gluey paper out of the way. I'm going to take my napkin here, lay it upside down. You see the print is down there. And turn it. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to plop it right there and press down. Now, before I trim the napkin off, I do want to give it time to dry a little bit so it doesn't rip and tear. So I think while it dries, you know what? We may as well do one more. And that way I've got two. I could send one in Happy Mail. So we'll go around. This is the smaller card now. Go around it like that. And we're going to come back over here and get glue on the index card. There we go. And let's go, how about right next to it? We're just going to plop that down. And then what we can do is just cut it off and then set it aside to dry. And we'll save this napkin for another day. Now I'm going to switch to the other glue just to show you that you can use any glue you want that is stick glue. And we'll come in here and we'll grab this. Oh, can't forget. Okay, we got that part. And now we want glue. And this one is harder to see because it's not purple. So I really want to make sure I focus on these corners. Now, if you turn it just right, the light in the room will show you if you've gotten everything, because wherever there's stick glue, it's going to be shiny. So that's kind of helpful. All right, we'll move the gluey paper. And then this one, I'm actually going to grab this yellow, and it has little bees on it. Isn't that cute? This was the one I specifically wanted to do as Happy Mail. And we're just going to lay it down and gently press. Since we didn't turn it upside down, you got to be gentle. And we're pressing those air bubbles out. And I suppose we could do two. I mean, it has to dry anyway. So why not? One to keep and one to give away. And then we'll move, after we glue this down, we'll move back to the red. I was thinking it would be fun to just try and do all the colors of the rainbow. But yeah, we won't have time to do them all today. So index cards can be found at the Dollar Tree. You might be able to find time cards there. I can't. My Dollar Tree is very small because we do live in a small town. They have napkins there. They have scissors. What else? They do, if you live in a bigger town, they do have laces there. But I've never found any lace at mine because, again, small town. Okay, and I'm just going to cut the excess off. Come on now. And with this napkin, oh, it fell on the floor. With this napkin, I'm going to fold it up, and I'm actually going to send it off in Happy Mail so that the recipient can do whatever they wish with it. And then let's take this gently and carefully and set it aside and come back here to these. So I'm going to cut it right along the edge of our index card. Is anybody else doing the hashtag Deck the Year 2025? I know that I'm pretty sure that Kiki, one of my subscribers, is doing it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, but anybody else? If not, are you participating in any, fun little collaboration-y type things? If so, let us know in the comments what one you're doing. For me, I decided to do this one because it's all year long. You don't have to do every day. You don't have to do every week. But it builds up our supply of things to put into journal pockets, as well as it makes me able to just sit and, collage or use scraps. And for me, it's a relaxing project. All right, we've got these two. Now, remember I said keeping it simple. So what I'm going to do then is I want to come in here, look at my little word sentiments. Prayer is everything. April and order number. Those are kind of blue. We don't want to use those. Let's see. Maybe prayer is everything. And then what about field notes? Okay, so we've got our two little things of that. Now, I will say this is where the lace comes in because it is kind of cool to layer. So I'm going to cut my lace a little longer than the word sentiment here. And I'm going to do it again right there. And with this one, oh my gosh, that's sticking to my finger. With this one, I'm going to go ahead and grab some glue. And since I am gluing fabric to napkin, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. And where's my, I just had those weird book pages. I say weird because I would never use them in a project. They have some weird words. They have some inappropriate words. It's just weird. I actually specifically got the book out of a pile that was going to go in the dump because I knew I could use it for this purpose. All right, so a little glue on there. And then I'm pretty sure I want it up here. So I'm just going to pat that down. And now we're gluing paper to fabric. So we want to use this again. Now, you can get glue at the Dollar Tree. I think I've said this before. That is for fabrics and other things, metal. It looks like this. Oh, I got a big black goober of paint there. Liquid adhesive, it says. And that was at my Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree doesn't have a lot of stuff because it's not a big store. So yours should have that. It may even have better stuff. So that's all we're doing on that one. Really simple journal card. And this one over here, so I don't want to cover up a lot of page. So for this one, I'm actually going to kind of look and see if I put it right there, then I want to cut it off right about there. And I can use that scrap for something else. And I'll come in. Oh, my glue was starting to overflow while sitting there. It's getting really thick. I think I need to use some nail polish remover, you know, acetone, and just dump some in here and shake, shake, shake. All right, do I want down here or up here? Down here. Why not? And then a little on this. Come on, stay. All right, there we go. How simple and easy. Just a couple of altered index cards. And we could come in and round the corners, or I would not do that now. I would wait until it is thoroughly dry. And actually, if I were you, I would wait a little while before doing anything to this card. Because you see how it's lifting here? Yeah, it's because I started playing with it before the glue was completely dry. You can always come in and give it a little more glue. Now, a little something different with this next one. Oh, see, now the napkins are going to stick to all this glue that's on my fingers. I should have edited this video so I could stop and run to the bathroom and wash my hands. Oh, well. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to, again, go ahead and trim off the edges. The other thing is, see how it's sticking to my scissors? Yeah, that's how you can tell the glue is not dry enough. But I don't think you want to sit here with me and wait till the glue dries. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Oof. Oh my gosh. When it sticks to the scissors, it does make it just a wee bit tough. Okay, so that's the base. Now I want to look. I've got a bee flying up this way and a bee flying down. So it really wouldn't matter which way I do this. I'm thinking if I do it this way, it'll fit into a pocket better if my Happy Mail recipient chooses to use it that way. So let's find a word really quick here. God is able. Be joyful. There's a B. How about be joyful? Yes. Perfect. And then I had this napkin out as well. And I thought maybe we could add a little bit of this. So hopefully I won't lose that. I'll set it up over there. So I'm thinking I'm just going to come in here and attempt a little bit of some fussy cutting. I'm not good at fussy cutting napkins. That's okay. So see, I have a bunch to use for something else. And then, how am I going to glue this down? That is a genius question, guys. Because I think I want to put it right there. What I'm going to have to do is be very, very gentle in looking to see where to glue. So if I go right up to there and that line, we should be good. Gentle. But I do want to focus on making sure I get glue everywhere or it's not going to stick. Let's see if that worked. Line it up. And plop it down. It worked. Yay! Okay, now I can use maybe this little piece here. The leftover from the last one. Cut that off. And we could put it down there. No, what about up here? And actually, you know, I might like to have a, what do you call it? A tab, what do you call that? A tab at the top. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say or not, but I'm grabbing one. Okay. You know, one of these things. So I think what we'll do is ink around the edges of that. And then gluey glue glue. I'm just going to grab my liquid glue here. Come on. And then try and center it. There we go. Yeah, that gives it a little extra something. Now we have to figure out where to put Be Joyful. Should we go sideways? Should we go in between the bees down here? Maybe we just go right here. Does anybody have an idea for me? Maybe it needs one more thing. Okay, put the lid on the glue on. Let's look and see. I don't think but maybe there's a flower or a bee in here. I don't think there's a bee, but oh, I see yellow peeking out in a couple places. There's some yellow. Oh, that's identical. And I think that might be a little too big because I want these. Well, hold on. Hang on just one moment. I have an idea. Okay, what we could do, maybe. Okay, that's driving me crazy. I'm just going to set that right there because that light. So if we were going to put this here and I wanted that bee that's now hiding under there to be shown, come in here and cut that off. And now the bee shows up. I think that'll work. Now I am, oh, there's Be Joyful. There it is. It was running away. I am gonna come and get some of the white to be not quite as white. There we go. And then gluey glue for this. And I have to remember that some of this is going to stick off the side. So we'll have to cut it off. So what is everybody working on today? I had just decided I wanted to work on Happy Mail. I have no real oomph to do anything else today. And it made it so I could catch up on Deck the Year 2025. So, 2 in 1. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to come and chop that off. And then I could come back and decide, do I want to add this little leaf maybe anywhere else? No, I think we're good. But we do need our Be Joyful. So we'll just, come on, glue. Now, if you use what's called art glitter glue, there's no glitter in it, it's just a brand of glue. It does work gluing fabric to paper, paper to fabric. Just so you know, I didn't know if anybody knew that. I tested it and it worked. But I'm trying to be thrifty and use up my other glues, even if I don't like them, before getting more art glitter glue. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Now, I do want to come and get the edges of that just to give it a little more dimension. And then let's talk about this being thrifty. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to use the supplies I have instead of going and buying new things. So with this project, if you want to do this and you don't have index cards, do you have any old cereal boxes? You know, the cardboard for that will work great because you do your collaging on the print side to cover it up, and the back is brown. You know, that cardboardy. Maybe you have, let me see here. Maybe you have a Kleenex box. Well, if you open it up, oh my goodness. If you open it up, see, it's brown. So you would work on this side. And then this side could be used for writing on. And once you open the whole thing and get it laid out, because see, you can, most of them have a spot where you can open the whole thing up. You just cut it to the sizes you want. And you're using actual junk in your junk journal. But I'm happy with that. I think that would be cute to send in Happy Mail with the leftover bee napkins. Yeah, so we did 3. I think we'll call it quits because I'm going to go ahead and do the rest that I have sitting here with the napkins you saw. However, I'm probably going to take breaks here and there, but that's going to be my goal for today. Get that done, at least with the napkins I pulled out. And I'm going to attempt to make 2 of each so that 1 is for me and 1 is to send out in Happy Mail. Let me know if you plan to try this project. And if you do, are you going to go ahead and go minimal supplies so that you don't have big choices? Or are you just going to leave it open? Just grab whatever you want and dig through things. I mean, you can do it however you want. I just knew that today I needed it simple. So remember, be joyful. Prayer is everything. And take some field notes today. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.